All right, let's pull back the curtain and look at the hidden engine that powers some of your absolute favorite apps. Today, we're breaking down the MRN stack. It's this powerful toolkit that developers use to build all sorts of modern websites and applications. I mean, think about it. You click, you scroll, you interact with these apps all day long, and it all just works. It's so seamless. But what's actually happening behind the scenes? Well, it usually comes down to something called a tech stack. And one of the most popular stacks out there right now is called MERN. The best way to think about it is like a complete toolkit, right? It's the full set of building blocks that lets a developer construct an entire web application literally from the ground up. Now, to understand MERN, all we really have to do is break down the acronym, MERN. And we're going to start with the foundation of pretty much any application, the database. This is where all the crucial information lives. So, the M in MERN stands for MongoDB. This is the application's memory. It's the long-term storage for absolutely everything it needs to remember, from user profiles to every single post, comment, or like. You can think of MongoDB as a kind of digital filing cabinet. But instead of really rigid folders, it uses what's called a NoSQL approach. And all that really means is that it's incredibly flexible. It stores data in this simple, list-like format that makes it super fast and easy for developers to add or change features on the fly. Okay, next up, let's look at the E and the N. Now these two, they work as a team. Together, they create the engine of the application. This is the part that's doing all the heavy lifting behind the scenes. The E is for Express.js. Now, if MongoDB is the filing cabinet where all our data is stored, then Express is like the super efficient librarian. When you click Post, for example, Express is what grabs your data, makes sure it's following all the rules, and then tells MongoDB exactly where to file it. It's really the brain of the operation, managing the flow of all that information.
But here's the thing. That librarian, Express, it can't just work anywhere. It needs a special environment to operate in, and that's where the N for Node.js comes into the picture.
So what is Node.js? Think of it as the building, the stage, the power source. It's what allows Express to perform its job. You see, for a long time, the JavaScript language could only run in your web browser. Node.js was the total game changer that let developers use that exact same language on the server. And this is a huge deal, as we're about to see. All right, that brings us to our final letter, R, and this is the part of the app you actually get to see and interact with. This is the storefront, the dashboard, the user interface. The R, of course, stands for React.js. This is the technology responsible for building the part of the app you actually see and use every day. React is what creates all those visual elements, all the buttons, the menus, the feeds, but its real magic is making the user interface dynamic. You know when you like a photo and the counter just ticks up instantly without the entire page having to reload? Yeah, that's the kind of fast, seamless experience React was built for. So there we have it, our 4 pieces, MongoDB, Express, React, and Node. Now let's put them all together and uncover the real secret sauce, the superpower of the MERN stack. Together, they don't just form some random collection of technologies. Nope, they create a single, seamless, full-stack solution for building modern web applications. And here it is. This is the core advantage, the big aha moment for developers. It's the idea of one language to handle everything. Just take a look at how this breaks down. The database, MongoDB, it speaks JavaScript. The server logic running on Express, that's JavaScript. The user interface built with React, you guessed it, JavaScript. It is JavaScript from top to bottom, all running happily in that Node.js environment. So, why is this so important? Well, because using one language everywhere makes the development process incredibly smooth and efficient. Developers don't have to keep switching contexts between different programming languages, and that makes it way easier and faster to build and scale these big, complex, modern applications. And you've definitely used apps built with MERN, probably without even realizing it. Think about complex e-commerce sites, your favorite social media platforms, those data-heavy dashboards for work, or any app where information updates in real time without you ever hitting refresh. That's the power of MERN in action. So the crucial takeaway here is that the MERN stack's single language approach has really revolutionized how quickly and efficiently we can build the complex applications we rely on every single day. And it makes you wonder, with one language powering everything from the server all the way to what you see on your screen, what could this build next?